Hi everyone, my name is Elaine, and today I'm going to be both summarizing and reviewing the 34th novel in Terry Pratchett's Discworld series, Thud, starting with the summary. The anniversary of the Battle of Khm Valley, the first great battle between dwarves and trolls, is a time in which the relationship between the dwarf and troll communities is particularly strained in Ankh-Morpork. Tensions are even worse this year because of the dwarf demagogue, Grag Hamcrusher. At the onset of the novel, Captain Carrot informs the Watch that Grag has been murdered, apparently by a troll, and that the dwarves are trying to keep this information from the Watch. Vimes pays a visit to the dwarven mines beneath Ankh-Morpork. He meets a nervous dwarf called Helmcleaver and Ardent, the interpreter for the Grags. Ardent confirms Hamcrusher is dead and informs him that the Grags are planning to appoint a smelter, a dwarf detective to uncover the truth. Vimes convinces them to choose Carrot. Meanwhile, Nobbs and Colin look into the theft of Methodia Rascal's painting of the Battle of Khm Valley from a local museum. Carrot accompanies Angua and a new vampire recruit, Salacia von Humperdinck, to the site of Hamcrusher's murder to investigate. They are confused by what they uncover. Hamcrusher appears to have been already dead before he was hit by the Troll's club, but evidence also suggests that a troll was present when he was murdered. While the Watch is investigating, tensions continue to rise between both the dwarves and trolls in the city, and the Watch is forced to break up impending fights between both ethnic groups. Angua and Sally discover the corpses of 4 dwarves in an abandoned mine tunnel. They realize they had been killed recently. One of the dwarves wrote a mine sign symbol on the back of a locked door in his own blood before the moment of his death. Soon after the girls return to the watch house, a mysterious troll named Mr. Shine entrusts Detritus with Brick, a gutter troll's care. Shine reveals that the symbol Angua and Sally found in the tunnel symbolizes the Summoning Dark, which is considered to be the darkest and most dangerous of the mine sign symbols. It soon becomes apparent that Brick is a witness to Hamcrusher's murder. While he was under the influence of the drugs he oft abused, he fell into the mine by accident and witnessed Hamcrusher's body being hit with a club by another dwarf. He had not been able to recognize what he had seen right away because of the effects the drugs had on his mind. Mr. Shine informs Vimes that he's a diamond troll as well as the king of his people. Carrot gathers a group of local dwarves to help him dig out the 4 corpses from within the abandoned mine. A suicide squad is sent by the Grags to the Vimes residence to attack the family. Helmcleaver informs Vimes that the 4 miners were murdered for their discovery of a talking cube, a magical device which can both record and replay sound. The cube spoke with Brian Bloodaxe's voice. Brian was the king who commanded the dwarves at Khm Valley. When Hamcrusher heard the cube speak, he became enraged and tried to destroy the words, which the dwarves consider a terrible crime. A fight ensued and Hamcrusher was killed with a mining hammer. Ardent attempted to conceal the crime in order to keep the Watch from learning of the cube. Currently, the dwarves intend to use the stolen painting of Khm Valley to search it and locate any more lies. Helmcleaver dies abruptly when the candles wink out. Bashfulson, a Grag, explains that Hamcrusher was killed by the Summoning Dark. The Summoning Dark had lain a curse upon him because he heard one of the miners dying and did not come to his aid. Vimes is unaware that he harbors the Summoning Dark since he touched the same door during his underground excursion. Vimes realizes that Methodia Rascal located the cube in Khm Valley and learned how to make it speak, but threw it away because he was unable to stop it from replaying the terrible sounds of the battle. Vimes asks the Arch-Chancellor of Unseen University to help him travel to Khm Valley as quickly as possible. He brings several individuals with him. When they arrive, Vimes searches for the place where the cube was originally discovered, aided by copies of Rascal's painting Sybil made when she was young. Eventually, Vimes manages to locate the stolen painting, but soon slips into a sinkhole and vanishes. The Summoning Dark sweeps him into a dwarf-filled cave. Frustrated, Vimes attacks the dwarves, killing the vast majority and frightening most of the rest away. The Summoning Dark commands Vimes to kill the Grags, but his internal watchman prevents him from doing so, and drives the demonic entity out of his mind. Vimes loses consciousness. When he awakens, he meets the Low King. The pair agree to activate the cube. The cube uncovers the truth. A band of ancient dwarves and trolls came to Khm Valley in the name of peace, but fighting ensued when both groups were caught in the midst of a storm. A portion of both groups were swept into a cave by the storm along with the cube. Members of each group made recordings on the cube and allowed a single dwarf to attempt to take it back to the surface, while Bloodaxe and the Diamond King died playing Thud. Soon after, the cave is opened to the public. It was done in the hope that the trolls and dwarves will end their age-old feud. And that's the end of the novel. Now on to my book review. Thud is one of the mystery novels that Pratchett wrote for his Discworld series. I don't typically like mystery novels very much, as I typically find their outcome to be obvious or boring, if not both. This novel appealed to me for a few reasons though. First, it discussed Sam's relationship with young Sam. It also discussed vampire-werewolf relationships through Sergeant Angua and Sally. Finally, I appreciated how it delved into the psychology of a werewolf because I feel as though it's somewhat novel. I don't typically pick up a book and read about their inner workings of a werewolf. With that being said, I distinctly recall reading through the novel and being all like, that guy did it, and that guy totally did it. Other than the somewhat predictable nature of the narrative, I would say that this was a good read, especially for people who appreciate the Discworld and Terry Pratchett's many works. So overall, I gave this book a 3.6 out of 5-star rating. And there you have it, my summary and review of Terry Pratchett's Thud. What did you think of my summary, and what did you think of my review? Let me know down below in the comments. I always like to know what you guys think. Also, what did you think of this novel if you read it? I like to know all those things too. If you like what you saw here today, please smash that like button until it's blue. Subscribe, ring that bell so you'll know what's up, and I'll catch you all in the the next one. Bye, guys.